Yo, I'm tryna get my sterling up in the city, so s'il play. As soon as my child can walk, it's straight Project Mbappe. But with the verbal, as soon as I hear that whistle, we get straight to the action. Come on lads, where's the passion? Do like Alamat C, wear headbands for the fashion. If the defenders drop back, we counter and then attack them. I got my eye on the ball, I got my eye on the ball, yeah. I got my eye on the ball, I got my eye on the ball, yeah. I got my eye on the ball, I got my eye on the ball. Yes, people, you already know what it is. We're back live and direct, straight up in the studio with my favorite people. You already know what it is when you see these faces on screen. It's another episode of Eyes on the Court. We'll be discussing a lot. The 2020-21 season is coming to a close, or by the time you watch this, it would have come to a close. And it's been a great season, an interesting season with a load of narratives. I don't know. If there was one word, actually, before I ask you the question, what are you man saying though? What are you man saying? You lot good?
Good.
Bless.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, bless. I gotta disagree in terms of the season, man. Too many injuries, man. Too many injuries destroyed the season.
I was gonna say, if there was one word you would use to describe the season, what would it be and where?
Turbulent, fam. This is the time to use turbulent, Sha. But not Liverpool. But yeah, man, just bare injuries, COVID protocol. You know what I mean? Like just a lot of disruption, but it's still been fun. Still the NBA.
Yeah, I'd say
what about you with them?
probably condensed. It's been so tight.
Yeah.
Guys are playing like 3 games a week. And you know how fast paced the NBA is these days. Guys, it's like a track meet. Injuries are bound to happen. So yeah, it's just been a bit quick.
I'd say, even though it's been interesting, and obviously the NBA obviously has great narratives, I'd say uninspiring in a way where, like, I don't think we really got to see the best of the best. Like, whoever wins, yeah, fair enough, will deserve to win at the end of it. But like, you wanted to see. So, for example, last year when we saw the Lakers beat the Clippers and then beat the Bucks, it was like, cool. The Lakers, the Clippers, and the Bucks are the main guys going into the playoffs. So we know that these are the teams. You know what I'm saying? Now it's almost as if like, because we haven't seen a lot of teams or the favorites go up against each other with full strength rosters. Like, it's just like, oh yeah, the Nets are gonna win because they're gonna have a full strength team.
No, but you could argue that makes it more interesting though, because it's all unproven. Do you know what I mean? Everything is. As much as we say, oh, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, we saw, do you know what I mean? Like, the Nets ain't played nothing compared to the Clippers, and the Clippers were the favorites last year. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
the Clippers actually played together to an extent, so you could argue it makes it more interesting.
100%, it definitely can go both ways. I think where I'm coming from is the idea of because there's so much uncertainty, the easiest way to go is how you would have predicted it at the beginning of the season when you saw the rosters.
Oh yeah,
what would
100%.
happen. Do you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's almost like a safety net for everyone, isn't it? Like, just go with who's got the most talent on paper. But of course, as we know, the NBA, it doesn't always pan out that way.
What ain't played on paper, fam.
Facts. I mean, today is our award show, the Eyes on the Court award show, where we're going to be handing out our awards for the MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, and we're going to be doing our All NBA teams as well. But before we get into that, I think it's important to make mention of the new inductees of the Hall of Fame, the NBA Hall of Fame. Obviously, the most notable ones that we obviously have more affinity to: Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, and Kobe Bryant, of course.
No, KG. Tim Duncan, sorry. Tim Duncan
as well.
Rather than
Paul Pierce was on it now.
Next year.
Paul Pierce was, next year.
Oh, okay, yeah, makes sense then.
It was KG, Tim Duncan, Kobe.
Yeah. So, bro, 3 of the greatest to ever touch a basketball
Literally.
court. But yeah, obviously I just think it makes sense to, if you want to have a word on Kobe, man, like how great he was as a competitor, as a player. Definitely important.
I think the point can even go for all of them, innit? Because when you say competitor, player, you know what I mean, it's not only Kobe I think of, because KG, everyone knows when it comes to being a competitor, KG was, you know what I mean, one of the fiercest competitors on the court. Tim Duncan as well. He was silent, but you know he was going to compete. You know what I mean? Like, you couldn't question what he was bringing to the table. All 3 of those guys, literally, as you said, 3 of the greatest to ever play the game. Yeah, man. Kobe, just a machine when it came to scoring the ball. Tim Duncan, Mr. Fundamental, and then KG. KG's one of the he's AD before AD. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, all of them just shout out to all of them, man. Deservedly in the Hall of Fame.
100%.
Yeah, I'd even throw someone that I'm a WNBA fan as well. So Tamika Catchings,
Yeah,
and she and Kobe actually were one of the first like people I actually watched because I was such a huge fan. So yeah, she's also part of the reason why I'm here talking on this podcast, and listening to her speech was great. As for Kobe, I mean, everyone loved. It's hard to imagine, and it's still hard to fathom the fact that he wasn't there except doing that speech. Just imagine what Kobe's speech would have been like.
But his wife went in, man.
She was incredible. She's been incredible. So yeah, I mean, three of the greatest ever. You know, not just in their positions, but ever in the NBA. Three of the greatest to ever lace up basketball shoes, and just congratulations to them and their families.
For sure, man. For sure. 100%. And just a quick word on Kobe. For me, I definitely think when you think about icons, of course, LeBron, was probably who made me consistently watch basketball. But Kobe is the first name that when you talk about basketball, when basketball was first even mentioned to me, if someone asked me who's the basketball player, I'll just say Kobe. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't watch it, but I don't watch it, but I'm saying it's him, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? So like, you know, he had that effect on everyone, and it's always important that anytime we do mention him, that we just take a moment to obviously remember the great things that he did for the game, for people in America, and also people like us here that are obviously inspired by the sport. So yeah, man, all love, respect, condolences to the family. But yeah, man, we can get straight into the award show. Yeah, let's just go from the bottom up. So we'll go to the sixth man of the year, or do you want to do most improved? Which one do you man want to go?
I don't mind.
Yeah, let's just do sixth man of the year.
Sixth man, yeah, sixth man's
Who you man got as your sixth man of the year?
Jordan Clarkson. Yeah. I feel like that's been set in stone for like the last few weeks. The guy has he's been unbelievable. He's been Utah's maybe next to Gobert, the most valuable player after Donovan Mitchell. He's been that good, and it will be key for them in the playoffs because teams will focus on Donovan Mitchell, and you know, so he will have to come up big for them, and he's shown that. He's always been a talented scorer, but this year with the Jazz, he's taking it to a new level.
Yeah. Jordan Clarkson is the front runner. I'll probably give it to him as well, but I got to shout out Derrick Rose, man. Like Derrick Rose since he's got to the Knicks, like Derrick Rose has been balling, fam. Like, consistently, do you know what I mean? 20 a night, basically, giving you 20 a night. Their record has completely shifted since he's come. I think they were like a 500 team before he rolled, and they've been like 20, 22 and 10 or something since he's been there. Do you know what I mean? So, Derrick Rose, man. I got shot at Derrick Rose, but Clarkson, because he's done it for Derrick Rose, only got there during the trade thing, and Clarkson's done it all season.
Yeah, no, definitely. I totally get that. I think for me, of course, Derrick Rose is definitely going to be someone who's up there. He's going to be as number one. But I think, do you know what? Do I want to be different? No, I think Jordan Clarkson deserves it. But I think the biggest shout out for me is Chris Boucher. I think he had a great season. It's just a shame that the Raptors as a whole didn't have a great season. But I think he's next
year they're going to bounce back. Once they get back to Toronto, they'll bounce back.
Yeah, and then arguably, like, you could even make that he's in the running for most improved as well, man. Because he's been quality, he's been top quality. You didn't expect to see this coming. I think he's averaging about 15, 16 points a game as well off the bench. I don't even think he's going to be a bench player for that long with the way he's playing. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, Chris Boucher definitely deserves a shout out, but I think Jordan Clarkson deserves it. Utah #1 seed in the East. I mean, in the West as well.
I think he's the second leading scorer, fam. Coming up.
Yeah, he is. You also have to give a shout out to Montrezl Harrell.
Yeah, Joe Ingles as well.
Yeah.
So I say Trez, Ingles. I'd say Shake Milton as well.
Yeah, he's
Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
He's been
good names in the hat. But nah, I'd give it to we will give it to
Clarkson.
Jordan Clarkson still. Let's go to sixth man of the year then. No need to waste
That
time
was
on
6th man of the year.
Yeah, 6 man.
oh, most improved. Sorry, most improved. Most improved.
Julius Randle.
Yeah.
I feel
That
like-
one basically. Decided. That one's basically we're asking who's competing for second.
Exactly.
like a Larry Bird thing. It's a Larry Bird thing, fam. But yeah, man. What do we have to say? But I have to give him his flowers though. Actually, no. You know what? We'll do that when we do All NBA. But I think
Cool.
most improved is easy on Julius.
Yeah, it's that. I mean, just for me, I mean, obviously, you man can give your shout outs. I think for me, the person I want to give a shout out to is Jeremy Grant. I think he took a big leap this year as well. I think the Nuggets are still going to regret that move. They're normally an organization that don't make mistakes like that, and that is I think a big mistake. When you think about all you really needed to do was maybe give him a little bit of a bigger role on the team, and you could have had Jeremy Grant and Jokic, which would have been crazy.
You
have a guy.
You wouldn't have had to give up what you gave up for Aaron Gordon.
Exactly, and you have a guy basically who can average 20, who you didn't know can average 20, and then also guard the best player on the opposing team. Like that's a weapon you
don't find those on trees, fam.
Yeah, you should not have given up. So Jeremy Grant definitely deserves a lot of love for what he did this season.
Yeah, 100%. Another guy as well is Christian Wood. He was the early front runner
for the injury, innit?
Yeah, so
yeah,
him as well.
And I think got a shot at Jaylen Brown as well. Still, Jaylen Brown, he was giving you like 28 a game earlier on in the season. Do you know what I mean? Jaylen Brown was on another level, so got a shot at Jaylen Brown.
I think Jaylen Brown definitely, and I mean I did predict it, but he took that big leap to almost breaking into the top tier cat of
He was all-star this year, fam.
Yeah. Like I'm even saying, within all stars, there's categories in it. Like you'd say there's first tier, second tier, and then the third tier. I'd even say he was pushing like that top tier. He was definitely second tier, but pushing that top tier, man, because that's how well he was playing before his injury. Yeah, but nah, man, definitely great stuff. Cool. So we're giving it to Julius Randle. Gonna give him his flowers later on in the show. Defensive player of the year. Who we got? This one seems easy as well, to an extent.
They're heading at him.
I'm going Ben Simmons, and I know it's obviously Gobert has the numbers, the rebounds, and the blocks, and the fact that he swarms the paint. So if people go Gobert, I wouldn't be mad. But I feel like Ben Simmons is about time we gave him his flowers. I think he's been the best perimeter defender in the NBA for the last 2 years, not just I think last year as well. And it's not just the fact that he guards like point guards and shooting guards. He guards everybody. He guards everybody on the team. He can guard them, and he does it at a high level. So I feel like maybe he doesn't have the numbers of Gobert, so he wouldn't like jump out to you. But if you watch what he does, every night, he is a monster on the defensive end. So I'm gonna give it to him this year.
Can't lie, I'm on the same page, man. As much because Nadim said it. Rudy Gobert got the numbers and stuff like that. And most of the ESPN guys and do you know what I mean? The bigger basketball guys, the basketball community, they'll vote for Gobert. But I think Ben Simmons, fam. Ben Simmons, as Nadim said, can guard anybody. You'll see him guard on back-to-back nights. He'll guard Damian Lillard, and he'll do a good job. Good job. And the day after, he's guarding Giannis, and he literally picking him up full court, that type of stuff. Like, how many? There's probably 2-3 players in the history of the NBA that you can say that about. So yeah, Ben Simmons is unique defensively. He kept Philly afloat while Embiid was out. Yeah, I mean, he's had his ups and downs, but defensively he's been consistent. And yeah, man, no matter who you put him on, he's gonna do the job, man. He's got quick feet, he's got size. I mean, he does everything.
Yeah,
he's a beast.
I mean, yeah. Do you know what? Let's do you know what? For a bit of flavor, let's do a clean sweep, man, because I'm tired of Rudy Gobert winning it and like.
Exactly.
Okay. Do you know what? Let me not use that argument. Obviously, I am, but let me not use that argument. But I just think that Ben Simmons has shown a new level to his game in terms of how he can lock up some of the best attacking players or offensive players rather in the game, especially in the game which is so heavily offensively driven. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of guys who are averaging 20 now. There's a lot of guys who are getting buckets because of how skilled they are. So when you have specialist defenders who can guard multiple positions, 1 through 4, 1 through 5, then you have to hold on to them. And Ben Simmons showed that in leaps and bounds. And also, yeah, fair enough, Rudy Gobert has the numbers. But if I'm not mistaken, I know for a fact that the 76ers are second when it comes to defensive efficiency, higher than the Jazz. And they're also second when it comes to defensive rating overall, higher than the Jazz as well. So you can see that Ben Simmons' defense is impacting the whole team as well, and that's just because he can guard 1 through 5. Whilst Rudy Gobert as the center is quite limited in his defense. I'm not taking it away from him. He's one of the best defensive centers in the league, one of great blockers and whatnot. But I just think who's having the bigger impact on their team, especially when winning matters? Who do you think you want down the stretch? Like,
because down the stretch it becomes 1-on-1, and Rudy Gobert don't thrive in a 1-on-1.
Bro, you put him in a pick and roll, he's gonna get eaten alive. So
yeah, exactly. So Ben Simmons 1-on-1 can close a game for you defensively.
Yeah, exactly. Like literally win you the game on a block, on a steal, on a whatever you want, on a contested shot. So yeah, man, I'll go with Ben Simmons as well, man. So we got. Oh, go on.
No, I was saying another guy to throw into that. Just give him a shout to Bam Adebayo. He's a defensive player of the year in the way in as well.
Yeah, I do think if AD didn't get injured, he would have won it.
Yeah,
still.
Yeah,
because the Lakers have been so good defensively.
Still, the Lakers are still number one
by a mile.
Frank Vogel is doing that.
I don't know how he's doing. The thing that doesn't.
You know what I said? Just to interrupt that, yeah. Someone said that he's Tibbs after a 2-week meditation retreat.
I just don't understand how that shows how bad offensively the Lakers are without LeBron and AD. Because if you can have such a high defensive rating, but during that period of time when they didn't have LeBron and AD, they were basically winning at what I think they won like about less than 25% of their games without LeBron and AD. Like if
was it that bad?
Bro, it was like,
I'm sure they were like probably like 5-8 or 6-8 type thing.
I mean, they were under 500. They weren't 500.
Yeah, definitely under 500.
Yeah, but when your team is built to play LeBron type basketball and he's not there, it's tough. It's hard.
But the thing is, though, my thing is they shouldn't have been as bad as they were because they intentionally brought in players who thrive in the regular season for a situation like this. So I feel like
remember, Schroeder went out as well. Schroeder went out for a couple of games.
Yeah. No, that's fair enough. I think, to be honest, the ultimate point is I just think if AD didn't get injured, he would have won it, innit? So
AD is a monster on D, fam.
Yeah, no, for sure, man.
We're gonna see in the playoffs. People are gonna see in the playoffs what he's on.
I just hope he's fully fit, man. You know, AD, every time you see him land and like maybe he jolts it a bit, you're always worried, man.
But in the playoffs, though, I trust him. He's always gonna play hard, fam.
Yeah. No, so that's cool, man. That's cool. So defensive player of the year, we've gone with Ben Simmons. Just to recap, most improved player, we went with Julius Randle, of course. And sixth man of the year, we went with Jordan Clarkson. So next up on the list, we will go with what's next? Is it MVP?
You go coach of the year or
coach of the year? Let's do coach of the year. Who have we got? I want to go first.
Yep.
It's gonna be a left field one, but I got Thibs still. I got
him left field.
Left field.
I feel like it's
mainstream.
I feel like it's the reason why I feel like it's left field is because normally coach of the year is given to the number one seeds, isn't it? Do you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like
the most improved, fam. Most improved.
I feel like Schneider probably will win it.
It's probably between the two of those guys, but fam, they're still tussling with the. Actually, no,
Monty Williams has a huge shout as well.
That's my pick.
Huge shout.
Exactly. Huge shout. But I'm going with Fibs just because of how bad the Knicks were. Like the Knicks were a really, really, really bad team. Like,
bro, for like a long
bad
time.
Is even an understatement. Yeah,
exactly.
Bad is even an understatement. It's not like he scraped the playoffs. That's what would normally happen for a team who's not been in the playoffs for a long time. They'd scrape.
It's like Newcastle getting to the top 4 next season.
Bro, like convincingly, he got his way to what's it called? The 4 seed. I think they've confirmed the 4 seed.
Confirmed 4th.
Yeah.
Confirmed 4 seed, which is a great position to be in for them. I see them winning in the first round and then maybe losing in the second round. But bro, that's major progress, and especially with the free agents that are going to be available, the Knicks have shown that they're a place for a star to maybe come, and you match up with the
star guard.
I just think the only worry I have is And it's even the point that I was going to make, but then I kind of had an epiphany. I just feel like with the way Julius Randle played this year, showing that he's a star, another guy coming in, will that help him? Do you know what I'm saying? Because you know those teams that are built in a way where the star player isn't a star player, if that makes sense. So Julius Randle isn't this exotic name that's going to sell out seats.
Yeah,
he's like the star that fits the mold of what Phibbs has built. Do you know what I'm saying? So now, if you bring in a powerhouse star like a Kawhi, to be fair, Kawhi does fit the mold of them as well. But like a Kyrie, I'm just throwing out names and it not being specific, but a Kyrie or whatnot, like. Will that help Julius Randle, and will that ultimately help the Knicks? I mean, it's yet to be seen, but I mean, all in all, the Phibbs is my pick.
I think you need a different type of player next to him. Do you know what I mean? Someone that can play make. Do you know what I mean? But fam, he's shooting 40+% from free. Do you know what I mean? So it's not like he can't play off the ball. Do you know what I mean? He can catch and shoot. So I don't think he struggle next to another star. And at the end of the day, you're trying to get the 1 seed, isn't it? You're trying to win. You're trying to win playoff series. You're trying to win chips. So if they want to compete, you're gonna have to add to the talent you already have. I think RJ is the one that will suffer the most, to be honest, but he ain't even ready to be like a number 2 option anyway. So
I think not to be a number 2, no way. I do think he's had an underrated season though, where he's really played well.
He's played well, but
it's just over.
You know what I mean? If they want to take more steps forward next year, I think he needs a lesser role. Do you know what I mean?
He might improve over the summer.
But I don't think if RJ is your second best player, you're not winning in the second round of the playoffs. Do you know what I mean? You're not.
Unless he takes like a massive lead.
Exactly. But to get back to the
like you do see in that second to third year, someone take that job. Anyway, go ahead.
Nadim's an RJ lover, fam.
Yeah, man, I like it.
Nadim just loves these youngsters, fam.
It's for real.
Nadim loves these youngsters. But my coach of the year, I'm gonna go Doc, man, because going into the season, I actually had question marks. Not going into the season, but after the Clippers debacle, I was like, "Yo, Doc, my brother." Like, people always chat about you like you're some grand pooba, but yo, you got a couple embarrassing playoff losses on your record. So, like, I'm going at the players. I have to question you as well, bro. And then this year, he's come back and he's showing what he's about. You know what I mean? He's revitalized the Sixers. Gonna get the 1 seed. Do you know what I mean? Defensively, they're sound. That's his brand of basketball. Do you know what I mean? And he's got the best out of Joel Embiid as well. So I'm gonna say Doc.
Do you think, just as a quick question, maybe you might be overcompensating because Doc obviously got the 2 seed with the Clippers last year? So him getting the 1 seed, is that much of a surprise in the East?
Yeah, because he changed team, innit? Do you know what I mean? It's not about it's a surprise. It's about I think he's accomplished enough to win the award. Do you know what I mean? He led a team who we always felt like they can give us more. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, it's not a playoff award. Do you know what I mean? So I can only judge what they've done in the regular season, and they've been impressive during the regular season. Embiid's been hurt, still been balling. Do you know what I mean? He got Tobias is balling. Do you know what I mean? Shake Milton's balling. Yeah, fam. Doc's got them playing some of their best ball. So again, Tyrese Maxey. Do you know what I mean? He's got them playing some of their best ball.
Yeah. No, that's facts, man. That's facts. Nadim, you said Monty Williams.
I'm going Monty Williams, and I feel like before the start of the season, when we're talking about the Suns, we said the Suns could get that 5th or 6th seed. We didn't see this where they're the number 2 seed now. Yeah. So if you look at the roster and you go, it's only really Devin Booker and Chris Paul that are the big names in there. There are lots of guys who needed development, and Monty Williams has done that. Cameron Payne was out of this league. Guys like that.
He was playing the summer league.
Exactly, and he's taking him. He's made him. So that's why I'm going Monty Williams, because
his nickname was literally the Tank Master. So if you're trying to tank, you trade for Cameron Payne.
But I just feel like he's developing these young players, and he's adding, and then the veterans around them, and he just got the best out of every single guy on his roster, and I feel like he's improved everyone on his roster. So because of what the expectations were to begin the season, I don't think we saw this, and what he's done, I think, is an amazing job. So I think he's my coach of the year.
Yeah, cool. No, that's perfect, man. That's fair enough.
Another guy I want to throw in there, Nate McMillan. What he's done at Atlanta, crazy job. Crazy.
No, for sure, man. They're what, the 5th seed now? So yeah, something like that. I mean, I think they're
Mike
just
Malone as well.
the
Love
Heat.
that child, Mike Malone.
Yeah, Mike Malone is definitely a top quality coach. I don't think for coach of the year though, but definitely top quality coach.
Without Jamal Murray, still kept afloat.
Fair enough. Yeah, he deserves a shout. He deserves a shout. Let's go to, I'm gonna say, executive of the year. Obviously, who do you just think made the best moves? There's obviously James Jones of the Suns. There's Daryl Morey, 76ers. You could still argue Rob Pelinka for the Lakers. Who have you got? I'm not sure who the executive of the Jazz is, though.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
Someone else need to give Sean Marks the Nets. Like it's in that team.
Unanimous. You acquire James Harden. You get
you go acquire James Harden and KD in the same
and Kyrie
season. Kyrie as well, bro. And then still managing to find a way to get good quality. Do you know what I'm saying? Bro, I had to double check the cap space of that team. That's how worried I was about how they made their team work.
Dinwiddie still hurt, you know.
Bro, that's what people are forgetting. They've still got Spencer Dinwiddie. Like, I don't think he's going to be able to play the playoffs, though.
No, but he's still on the roster.
Bro, and that's a 20 points per game scorer right there. Like, the talent is scary, man. The talent is so scary. Definitely Sean Marks, man. I'm just deep in it. Facts, man, for sure. But I do think James Jones of the Suns deserves a lot of credit with the way they built that Suns roster, because the Suns were called a dysfunctional organization for a long time. So what he's done is definitely.
There was a story of a goat in the office or something like that with the Suns.
I remember. Yeah, I remember hearing about that still.
Just another one as well. I think Daryl Morey down in Philly. He deserves to mention as well.
Yeah, no, for sure, man.
Around over there.
Yeah, definitely. The moves that they made. Look, I mean, I still would have made the Simmons for Harden trade, but Simmons has shown that he can offer so much to this team. So yeah, man. I mean, a bit of vindication here. Let's go to a rookie of the year. Our rookie of the year.
Unanimous, man. You're LaMelo Ball, man.
LaMelo.
You still giving it to LaMelo even though he was injured for a long time?
Yeah,
man.
Yeah,
fam. He's mad fun to watch, fam. He's mad, and he's turned the Hornets into a legit team. Do you know what I mean? Kemba had this team at the same record in the same position, but they weren't. Do you know what I mean? They weren't fun to watch. No one was to watch them. Do you know what I mean? Now LaMelo's there.
He made them
on Sky Sports like every night, fam.
Yeah. Next season they're gonna get a lot of like nationally televised games.
Exactly. Them and the Pelicans.
Do you know what's interesting? I think what will be great for the Hornets and like it kind of will break the hoodoo for Michael Jordan is like he could finally get a quality star to pair with LaMelo. Like someone will want to come to the Hornets now because they want to play with LaMelo and this fun team. Look at the way Gordon Hayward has been playing.
The guy to get is.
Who do you think?
Cat.
Ooh. Interesting. That's a good one. Think Cat wants to go from the Timberwolves to the Hornets, though, another small market team?
Hornets ain't doing. I mean, the Timberwolves are not doing shit. He's been there for 6 years now. At least you got LaMelo Ball, you got Hayward. Like they got some guys, and they're already playing fun ball. I mean, I think it's a place to go.
No, I hear that still. I do want to. I go with LaMelo Ball as well. I do want to shout out my guy Tyrese Halliburton, man, because I think he's gonna be a star, man. Like, I just think the thing with the Kings is that they're just a weird team. They've got talent. I mean, De'Aaron Fox, quality player. That's Darren's guy. I mean, Buddy Hield is always in the upper echelon of the most threes and high free point percentages. And then you got a guy like Tyrese Halliburton. Like the team should just be doing better than what they are. Like I expected them to be competing for the play-in spot. Do you know what I'm saying? At least. So yeah, man, it's a bit disappointing, definitely for me. Especially that they couldn't compete with a Grizzlies team that basically hasn't had Jaren Jackson Jr. and had Ja Morant out as well for a large part this season. So
it's embarrassing.
Yeah, I expected more, man. Definitely.
Maybe it's cool. Might be coaching. Anyway, that's a different conversation.
Might be Luke Walton,
bro. And do you? Let me not even get into that guy because the mainstream media make a lot of excuses for Luke Walton. Still, make a lot, and he will somehow get another job. But anyway,
Sorry, yeah, go ahead. No, we have more time. Yeah.
Nah, I hear that, man. I hear that. Cool. The big one, man. Big fish. MVP. MVP.
I think it's another unanimous over here, man.
Yeah.
Is it unanimous? I might have to go with my guy Joel. Know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Nah. I think I'm gonna go with Jokic, man. Jokic makes the most sense, man. I do think it's a bit of a Jokic does deserve it, but the reason why I put a bit of emphasis on it is just, was it a season where if everyone was fit, Jokic was winning the MVP? I don't know.
No, but you can say that any season.
He's the best ability is availability, and he was available.
Yeah. I feel like I think I saw a stat in the last 2 years. Jokic has missed about 2 games.
What,
bro?
Yeah,
Jokic is there and available every
night. Yeah,
not only is he available, he is your system. Everything revolves around him, and he shows up every night. So that just shows you, like, yo, this guy is. And the irony of it is, go check out our prior episode when we actually did the debate a couple months ago on who's gonna win their first MVP. Wasn't even based on this season, just generally between Embiid and Jokic. Remember, Daniel? We did the episode.
Yeah.
We did.
Nah, but that's unfair. That's mad unfair.
Because the irony is mad.
Embiid would have won the MVP if he didn't just get injured.
What was the points that I was making though?
No, but the injury to Embiid. No, do you know why I'm mad? And do you know why Darren's mad cheeky? Because the injuries Embiid normally gets are ones he self-inflicts. Do you know what I'm saying? The injury that actually kept him out was the way he landed. So a natural injury in basketball, like, you know, if a player gets a natural injury, you're like, cool. But Embiid will play a game and then they will say his back. The slip disc in his back, something happened, like, and you'll be thinking, "Well, go on." Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You used to warm up for games by eating like a cheeseburger, and then you used to complain, "Oh, I got bad knees." It's
bro, like I didn't understand at all. Like, it made no sense, innit? So yeah, it's cheeky, innit? But I'll allow like Jokic at the end of the day won, innit?
It's not cheeky, man. It's the reality. That's real life. That's the world we're living in. Jokic is about to win the MVP. We literally said on the episode who's gonna win who's gonna be the first to win an MVP, and it turned out
Jokic and Embiid, and it turns out to be Jokic.
This was the season that that we'll see which the two of them would, and
Jokic he deserves it still. I think what I will say is, which will be a bummer when you look back on it, despite the fact that offensively he's having a historical season, the reason why not a lot of emphasis is being placed on it is 2 major reasons. One, you have to look at the fact that so many people got injured this year, so many MVP candidates. You see LeBron, KD, Harden, Kyrie. So, like, it's not a fair debate. There's a load of intangibles when it comes to it. And second of all, and most importantly for me, this year has seen an inflation like never before on the offensive end, where I think there are about 40 guys in the league averaging 20. I might be exaggerating, maybe 30. But there's a number of guys averaging 20 plus in the league, and that's just like, come on now, like, it's getting out of hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, where's the D going in the league? So yeah, man. But nah, look, Jokic deserves it all the same, man. I don't know if anyone has a word on Jokic before.
Yeah, I feel like he's such a skilled big, and he's so smart as well. Like, he'll know where the double team is coming from, and the ability to like throw the pass when there's no look passes is just incredible as well. And I think the difference with him, and correct me if I'm wrong, if you're like a point guard, if you're like a LeBron or Steph or Chris Paul, you can see the entire floor most of the time because you're coming downhill. Jokic has his back to the basket most of the time, and he's playing these passes or he's setting screens.
He's not even looking.
He's not even looking half the time on what he's doing as well. And he's improved defensively as well. He's improved. It's not amazing, but he's improved. So I want to go with Jokic, but I want to throw this guy's name in there because I nearly became different. Steph Curry. Steph Curry is an MVP candidate. I don't care what anyone says to me.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. Yes,
he's definitely an MVP candidate.
The most valuable
MVP candidate.
As in, are you talking about in respect to
the top 3?
Oh, you're talking about in respective to the season because of everyone's injury. Oh, okay, fair enough then. Fair enough. Yeah, of course. I mean, he has the same numbers as his unanimous MVP season, isn't it? It's just that now the Warriors aren't as great a team But bro, like the impact is clearly there. If you're talking about MVP in its truest definition, I think he is the MVP of the league. Because when he doesn't play, that team, I believe they said something like that team is like maybe I don't even know the stat, but that team might be like 100.
The player he is as well. Without
wasn't it bro? The stat that said when he's not there, they're the worst offense in
NBA history.
But when he's there, like top 10.
Yeah, bro. I think what opened my eyes to it was I forgot who they played. I think it was the Rockets. I was watching the game. Yeah, I think it was the Rockets. They matched them in the first quarter. I think it was something like maybe 22 points each. Then in the second quarter, like the Raptors, I think put up like 41 points and they put up 12. Third quarter, the Raptors put up like 30 points and they put up like 15. And this was without Steph Curry in it, and I'm thinking like 12 points in a quarter is video game stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's playing your little brother on 2K. Like, do you know what I'm saying? And toying with him because you can't get points. Like that's how bad that team is. Like you don't even know who the next best player is. Obviously, if Draymond's not on the court as well, I think Draymond looks lost when Steph ain't there as well. Like you can't really have Draymond leading that army because they're not even talented. But it's just gonna be mad interesting. It's two things, man.
Steph Curry my days. Closing out the Grizzlies.
Oh my days.
Back freeze from way downtown.
Nah.
Shout out to Mike Breen as well on his Hall of Fame.
Prime, I was thinking. Bang. Nah.
I was against OKC. The Steph Curry shot against OKC. That's one of the greatest calls I've ever heard.
Ever.
I think Doncic's one against the Clippers last year was up there, man. That one made me scream at late at night as well. Like I was like, rah, Doncic. But no, I was gonna say the Steph thing for me is that, like, imagine if he had played this year, like they could have been a problem. Like you wouldn't.
What are you saying? Do they keep Wiseman going into next season or trade him?
Yeah. Keep him.
I think you keep him. And see how it goes. I think he will always be an asset. So
unless you get something,
yeah. But if you were a GM, who is the perfect player? Like let's say fantasy and draft now. Who's the perfect player you get if you want to trade Wiseman and maybe Kelly Oubre and even maybe Draymond Green to an extent? Like who's perfect?
For me, they had him on their roster. KD, he's the one.
Oh man, apart from KD, he's the perfect guy.
Why innit?
Yeah, probably or Paul George, one of those two. I feel like another wing that can score.
What Kawhi?
But realistically, though.
Wait, quickly. Sorry, I just have to ask it just so that I know what you might think. Kawhi, Curry, and Clay, or KD, Harden, and Kyrie. Who you taking?
Kawhi, Clay, and
what? I'm going KD, Harden, and Kyrie.
Kawhi. No, because KD, I feel like you're not getting the best out of KD, Harden, and Kyrie all at once. With those guys, Steph, Clay, and Kawhi, neither of them need to have. None of them have to have the ball in their hands to abuse.
Hey, the abuse that trio will cause Kawhi in Golden State. My lord, like, oh my god.
Steph and Clay can shoot the ball so well, yeah. It just changes everything, man.
You know what it is? It's the movement, man. I don't think anyone moves as well as Clay and Steph without the ball.
Stop.
They don't stop running. They don't
one on either side of the court as well, so it's symmetrical. All the gaps are in the same places.
You ever heard CJ McCollum talk about guarding Steph? He said it's
a
tiring night. Every defender says it's the most tiring night of your life.
Bro, he's always running. He's always running. I don't know how he does it either, man.
Clay's the one that does it full time,
bro.
And then Clay will go on the other hand and he'll guard the best sometimes the best forward as well.
Exactly. And defensively as well, Clay and Kawhi are a lot better than those guys defensively as well. They will strap.
Clay is an underrated defender. Like
Clay is one of the best guard defenders in the league.
Big time. And do you know what's mad about Clay as well? He will do all that on the defensive end while scoring 30 off of 3 dribbles or something crazy like that. Do you know what I'm saying?
When he gets back next year, it's going to be mad still.
I can't wait, man.
They make the right moves.
Nah,
let's get to all NBA, man. Time is running out. Man. We need to roll.
It's true. No, it's true, definitely. Cool. So obviously that was our MVP. Just to run it through quickly from back to front. MVP of the league. As on the court, we decided the Steph Curry. We decided that the executive of the year.
Steph Curry.
I said Steph Curry. Nikola Jokic. You see the way we were talking about Steph Curry. I just had it in my head tonight. You know what I'm saying? Nikola Jokic, executive of the year. I believe we went with
Sean Marks,
of course. Sean Marks of the Brooklyn Nets. Defensive player of the year, we went with Ben Simmons. Rookie of the year, we went with LaMelo Ball. Most improved player, we went with Julius Randle. And the last but not the least, sixth man of the year, we went with Jordan Clarkson of the Utah Jazz. Cool. All NBA third team. Let's get it cracking. All NBA.
You want to do third team?
True. When you filter it down, third team will probably have the most debate. Yeah, cool. Let's do first team then. Let's do first team. How do you want to do it? Do you want to just all read out our teams individually and then discuss?
I say we agree because I'm sure we all have a couple bookings.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, so you want to do the bookings first, yeah?
And then we can like confer and debate on the last couple spots that we're disagreeing on.
Alright, cool. Let's do that then. So in terms of all.
Also, one thing we have to agree on: Embiid now, yeah. Can you make him a forward and put him in first team, or do we say no? He has to be a center.
He's listed as a center.
He's listed as a center, isn't it?
You got if it was positionless, then yeah, he's in. Yeah.
Calm. That's calm down.
Yeah, let's just do it as what they're listed as, isn't it?
No, but some of them are listed as forwards as center.
Is he?
But it's Embiid. I'm saying. Oh, it's Jokic.
Jokic.
I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I heard someone say it. Either he's listed as that in All NBA or he was as an All Star or something like that.
Let's do that then, innit?
Okay, that's the thing then.
No. Let's leave it as centers, forwards, and guards.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Because I want to do I don't want to put Embiid and Jokic together on the same team. You have to choose, innit?
Okay. I mean, it's not going to be hard though because I mean, Jokic is the MVP, innit? So
no, but you have to give that second forward spot to someone not named Embiid. So who are you going to choose? Do you know what I mean? That's
in that regard. Okay, fair enough then.
Yeah, I mean. But anyway, booking. Steph Curry's a booking. Jokic is a booking. I like.
Yeah,
Jokic is a booking. I think Giannis is a.
You said wait, what? You said Steph Curry's a booking?
Yeah.
For first team?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ooh, interesting.
You don't. I don't know. What guys would you have over him then?
I'd have James Harden.
Oh,
he ain't played enough games for me, man.
He's played quite a few, you know, like not enough for MVP. But bro, you have to remember before he got injured, he was third place for the MVP. Like, and he's consistent.
Yeah, in conversations.
Yeah, like bro, he was leading I believe he still leads the league in assists.
I think
Russell Westbrook.
He was at the time. He was.
Yeah. No, he was at the time. Yeah, he wouldn't even be in the top 5 now when I deep it now. But yeah, no. Look, I think James Harden has had a great season. I think. Do you know what?
You need a second guard. You need a second guard as well.
I was going to say Luka. You know, I was going to say Luka. I think Luka's had an underrated season again. It's just because of how bad he started and the Mavs kind of dipped. And then obviously what's helped the Mavs is the Lakers dropped off. So that helped them climb back into the run.
On a streak as well, though. They went on a
exactly.
streak.
But do you know what? I wanted to do a debate, but it's just hard to look past Steph, man. Steph does definitely deserve that first team spot. Who's
over Luka?
That's what I'm saying. Who do you man think in terms of who do you have as your guards?
I had Luka as my second guard because I just don't think. Obviously, Harden's. Firstly, he hasn't played enough games. Secondly, Luka's value is crazy to the Mavs. Like, Porzingis barely been healthy. Luka's giving you what he's given you the past couple of years: 28, 8 and 8. It's basically the same as LeBron. That's like LeBron numbers for him. So
yeah,
he stepped up, man. He's still closing games. He's been balling. Yeah, got Luka first team.
So Nadim, who your two guards?
This
guy's gonna have like Dame in it, which is not a bad. I knew it. No, it's not a bad shout.
I had Dame. I had Steph and Dame initially, and then I started looking at Doncic's numbers So I was still kind of torn between the two. But I'm going to stick with my gut instinct initially, which is Dame.
I knew you were going to do that. I knew you were going to do
that. We have to come to a consensus then, because you
I
said...
will give you Doncic.
Actually, it's Curry. It's Curry
Steph,
and Luka.
yeah,
no,
Daniel,
Steph
you said
the
Luka.
consensus. Wait, no, one sec. One sec. I want to check something in it. All right, cool. So Luka's averaging 28, 8, and 8 in it. And I'm doing a fact.
28 and 8.
Yeah.
But then also remember, you said that Doncic, his value to his team. Dame's value to his team is huge as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Dame when all those
Doncic's got his team in the 4th seed, didn't it? Dame is a 6th seed.
Fair. I won't argue with it. I just felt like, Dame is my guy, so I had to.
No, you can't make it. I got Dame in 2nd team, so
bro, I don't know, man. Like I'm going with Harden. Like, you man aren't deep in that. Harden is averaging 25, 8, and 11. Like,
no, he's been incredible. I think it's the missed game, I guess, too.
And what people aren't like, what he showed me, especially me being a Harden hater at the beginning of the season, what he showed me is that he can sacrifice but still be excellent. Like, he's the glue to that team playing so well. His ability to dish the rock, to say, yeah, cool, I'll give it up, but still be able to put up his points. And actually, what's so interesting, and what is kind of, in my opinion, an indictment on Mike D'Antoni now that he's an assistant manager, is that all you needed was Harden to sacrifice a little bit. His shooting efficiency is much better. Like, he takes better looks. He doesn't just go and try and get 50 in a game. Do you know what I'm saying? Now he's become
much freeze on every possession,
bro. Like, he's a much.
It's not even just D'Antoni's, Daryl Morey as well. Why didn't you assemble a team that could allow James Harden to play like this?
Yeah, exactly. Because
I think the funny thing is the Nets place. They shoot a lot of threes as well. They just do it the right way. They do it the right way. You know what I mean?
It's a very unselfish team.
Exactly.
Very, very. And it's getting the best out of the whole roster as well, man. Exactly. It's getting the best out of the whole roster. So yeah, man, I'm above all of the others. I know Dame has had a great season. I think you've got to factor in the tax of how the Nets started losing games when Harden wasn't there as well. In my opinion, I think that comes into my thinking. And when I look at the last two, Doncic, Lillard, they're what, mid-level West teams right now. I think Harden's value, I think, has shown itself. Of course, yeah, they have the better players than Nets, but I think Harden and Curry for me, man. I think it'll be an injustice.
I think decide, isn't it, between Luka and Harden.
I think just because
who have you got, Luka in it, Darren?
Yeah, I had Luka. Yeah,
I think just because of the missed games, it's hard. Just because of the missed games, I'm gonna have to go with Doncic. And this hurts me.
That's calm, man. That's calm.
Yeah.
Cool. So who have we got? So we've obviously got Doncic, and then we've got Steph. Then we've got Jokic as the center. Then who have we got as the two forwards? Who have you, man, got?
Giannis is a booking, basically, I think.
Yeah, I got Giannis and Kawhi.
I got Giannis and Kawhi.
You got Giannis and Kawhi?
Yeah. Who'd you have?
I got Giannis and Julius Randle.
But you know what?
No. Do you know what?
Why are you jumping your head? Julius Randle. No, I'm absolutely balling.
No, I know.
Game-winning shots, 40+% from free. Name me. RJ Barrett is the second best player on the Knicks.
Oh my!
Kawhi has Paul George. You know what I mean? Kawhi has Marcus Morris. You know what I mean? Julius Randle is dragging that team to success. Do you know what I mean? That team is nowhere near where they should be.
You know,
and bro, he's clearly the best player on that team.
I think what you have to,
one of the best players in the league this season.
I think what you have to remember, sorry, Nadim, before you go through, is that when we talk about NBA first team, it's not really about your team
in the season.
It's how you perform. And Julius Randle, of course, has performed very, very well throughout the season. But I think Kawhi has also had one of his silent good seasons. Like, Kawhi has been the number one.
Games.
Yeah, but I think he still played enough games to be NBA first team, in my opinion. You also have to remember you have to also remember the defensive side of things, where who is the better defender. I've seen Julius Randle in games where they've needed him to just be a bit tougher. Can you rely on him? Do you know what I'm saying? To close out the game.
He's improved.
But he has.
Ain't Kawhi.
Definitely
Hey,
has.
Steph just dropped 46, by the way, to beat the
Light work.
Grizzlies.
Light work, man. Literally.
Joke.
But nah, man. I'm leaning. Look, Julius Randle's not a bad shot at all, man. Obviously, my facial reactions are just for initial ones, innit? But nah, man. I think I have to go with Kawhi, man. Kawhi's had a good season, a very, very good season, and a Kawhi season, fam. Because it's silent, 25, 5 and 6, something like that. Like it's just silent. He does his job and he goes home. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
No, for sure.
Do you know what I had when I was doing this earlier? I had Randall and Giannis because I forgot about Kawhi just because he's had that silent season again. And then I went and you look at what Kawhi is doing. And I can't not have him in the first team. I just think he's just been that good. And he was also in the MVP debate at one stage this season.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, yeah, I had Kawhi.
Yeah, but if you're saying that, then you could say the same thing about LeBron. And Kawhi's only played about not much more games than LeBron, 6, 7 games. So I mean, LeBron was third in the MVP race. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's why LeBron. That's why
LeBron won my teams.
But that's why LeBron's in my second team, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm saying you can make an argument for him over Kawhi.
I think I'm also factoring in where the Clippers are as well. The Clippers are where they are because of Kawhi, really and truly.
Yeah. I think I go Ty Lue. I think Ty Lue.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah, of course, man. That's those who are saying.
Kawhi been hurt. They've been holding it down with or without Kawhi. But, let's get to the second team, though, innit? Let's get to the second team.
Cool. Let's get to the second team. I believe the booking is at center Embiid.
Yeah. I think you said LeBron is a booking.
Yeah. I said LeBron's a booking for me.
Randall booking.
I believe that Harden is a booking since he didn't make first team.
All right.
No, I think I got Dame before Harden.
I got my two guards are Dame and Harden.
Dame and Harden. No, I'm good with Dame and Harden though. Oh no! I'm not putting Harden above CP3. I'm not putting Harden above CP3 still. CP3 for me has completely changed the Phoenix Suns. They're sitting in the 2 seed for a reason. Wherever that guy goes, wins follow. He's done it on both ends of the court. The pace they play at, yeah, I think that's gonna suit them very well going into the playoffs.
It's the playoff pace.
Yeah, do you get what I mean? Like he's a floor general. Do you know what I mean? They're literally from not making the playoffs for what? How many years in a row to now sitting in the 2 seed, and that's because of Chris Paul. So I got Chris Paul over Harden. I think the Nets still would have been a great team with or without Harden. I mean, he's a great player, but I'm taking Chris Paul, man.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Second team.
I agree with you. I had Chris Paul and Dame. Yeah, I feel like what he's done this season has just been incredible. Just leading that team the way he's doing it. Like, shout out to him. So I had Chris Paul.
Do you know what? I don't even have any complaints about that. Like Chris Paul has been quality. He's like one of my favorite players in the league. Definitely showing himself once again, like moving to a team who have had a negative record in the past and has like totally flipped it around as well. I do think, not disrespectful. Disrespectful is not the word. I'm trying to think of the right word, but like I do think the impact that Harden has on that Nets team is being somewhat dampened or lessened by you guys.
Yeah.
I think Harden's impact.
When you're comparing it to these guys, it's hard to stack up.
It's tough to gauge, of course, but like when the Harden got injured, of course, yeah, the East is a different cat, but when Harden got injured, we could see that Harden was a big part of that team. They started losing games. So yeah, no, but fam, look, I'm not angry about the CP3 shout. Yeah, I'm not angry about the CP3 shout at all. Yeah. If that's the case, then so CP3 and Dame are the guards. Then we got LeBron. I'd say my forwards are LeBron and Paul.
LeBron and Randall. No, LeBron and Randall, isn't it?
LeBron and Randall.
Randall. Let's do Randall.
LeBron and Paul George. It's Randall, my friend.
yeah, because he missed out. Yeah, Randall, and then obviously the center is Embiid. Cool. So let's move on to our third team, our NBA third team, the guards. This is what I'm saying now, because I believe there are 4 guards, and there are even 5 guards now. Let me tell you now.
Maybe 6. I'm thinking of someone else.
You can even say,
let me see who you man have. So there's the options in my head are obviously Harden now, who's missed out on 2 teams now.
Yep.
There's Bradley Beal.
Second leading scorer in the league.
There's Russell Westbrook.
Yep.
There's Kyrie.
Yep. There's Devin Booker.
There's Donovan Mitchell.
Zach LaVine. He's had a good season as well.
No, exactly.
He's had a good season. Forget the record. He's had a good season.
Nadim, it's not the time.
All right,
well,
these are
it's not the time. It's not the time.
I guess we don't
Bro,
know exactly.
These are 6 legit names for 2 spots.
Literally.
I don't know. Are you gonna back your boy DM the Spider?
No, fam. All NBA is a different debate. Who I've got is
Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum.
Jaylen Brown's the guard, innit? And no, I don't have Jaylen Brown in, but you can consider him. But I didn't have him in.
Yeah, Jason Tatum's listed as a forward anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I thought Bradley Beal needed to make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because he's second leading scorer, if not for Steph's insane run, which is, do you know what I mean, some of the best basketball we've ever seen him play. Bradley Beal will be leading the league in scoring. Do you know what I mean? Obviously their record ain't great, but second half of the season they've been excellent. They've improved a lot defensively. Westbrook.
But why have they been excellent though?
Yeah, because Westbrook's been balling, but that don't mean Bradley Beal ain't done his part. Bradley Beal is still the best player on that team. Do you know what I mean? If anyone's going to make all NBA on that team, it's going to be Bradley Beal. Do you know what I mean? Just because Westbrook's got hyped the past 2-3 weeks.
You know what it is? No. I'm coming across wrong, innit? Bradley Beal is the best player on that team. However, when it matters most, I believe that this team can only go as far as Russell Westbrook decides to take this team, not as far as Bradley Beal decides.
I disagree with that. I think Russell Westbrook is a floor raiser. Bradley Beal is a ceiling raiser. Do you know what I mean? Russell Westbrook, you can only go so far with Westbrook. If Bradley Beal is playing at peak ball, bro, I think you can get into the first round, get past the play-in.
No, they will get into the first round. I'm saying,
and I think it'll be a tough out in the first round.
I think they only win the first round if Westbrook plays at a level like we've not, or we've become.
They have no chance of winning the first round, bro. They have no chance.
Yeah, of course. But I'm saying, just like take away who they have to play, like you only go as far, or you do as well as Westbrook, who is that player who could have a bad game, because we've seen it already. Like the reason why you were getting onto Devin Booker for so long is because he wasn't winning enough games despite the scoring that he was able to do. And the important fact
was winning with John Wall as well, though.
They got to 1 playoffs in how long?
No. They went to the playoffs.
I'm saying their most recent playoff was what, 2016,
17.
Yeah, no, after that, 17, 18. I think he's missed the playoffs for the past 3 seasons max. 2, I think it's even 2. But I think Bradley Beal is the guy on that team. You know what I mean? Westbrook is obviously a huge impactful player, but I see it as the, you know, where we were debating who's the better player, Devin Booker or Chris Paul. That's how I see it. Like, where of course Chris Paul is the better player, but like when it comes to the potential, like, you know, Devin Booker is going to be the man to take over and whatnot and everything to do with that. But Chris Paul is like the level-headedness. Chris Paul's going to be the reason why you got there. Do you know what I mean?
I think Russell Westbrook is the reason why you're going to get there.
I don't think
Westbrook getting healthy was the reason why. Is the reason
because I see it different.
Bradley Beal was out there. That's because Bradley Beal was injured.
I see it differently, where it's that Bradley Beal obviously scores, but Bradley Beal can score 50 and still lose. I think he's still in that bracket. Like, if Steph scores 50 with his dead team, he's probably winning. That's what the difference is. That's why I
think the Warriors you got Draymond there as well. Do you know what I mean? Draymond's a winner.
All NBA teams, are you looking at team record, or are you just solely focusing on the season they had?
The season that the person had.
I'm looking at the season that they had. Yeah, it matters, but
I feel like
we shouldn't get hung up on that spot in. I think because I was saying Bradley Beal. So you think Westbrook should be an all NBA 13 guard?
No, I was just arguing between Westbrook and Beal, innit?
Oh, okay, no, but I think Bradley Beal over Westbrook, 100%.
Yeah, I'm going Bradley Beal.
Yeah,
I don't think Bradley Beal makes the team though.
Over who?
Well, I'll have my second guard, didn't it? Bradley Beal was my first guard. My second guard, I was choosing between Harden and Kyrie, and I actually went with Kyrie.
Oh, but I don't think that makes sense. So Harden doesn't make any of the teams. Doesn't make all NBA.
Not for me.
Kyrie's missed a number of games as well.
Definitely. Kyrie's definitely missed a lot of games. Harden, they deserve to make it. I think Devin Booker deserves to make it as well, but it's preference, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's all they all deserve the spot. But I just think Kyrie this season, like I didn't expect him to have this kind of season. He's basically shooting 50% from the field, 28 a game. Kyrie was giving you 28 a game. Kyrie was giving you about 25.
Yeah, but that's why my two.
And he's playing with KD and Harden, but he's still averaging 28 a game. I'm like, and the thing is, bro, I'm not disputing that Harden is shouldn't be all NBA. I'm saying the reason why Kyrie is as well. Do you get what I mean? And the reason
I know. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that like I don't really understand why Harden wouldn't make any of the teams in my obviously I'm saying
ahead of him, innit? I got guys ahead of him.
Fair enough, innit? Fair enough.
I mean, I think you could argue Bradley Beal's had injuries as well. But I mean, he's been an assassin scoring the ball. Do you know what I mean? He's at 50, 60-point games. Do you know what I mean? And then Kyrie,
finished. And then
Kyrie's been amazing as well. Yeah, man. I just think playing with KD, James Harden, he still managed to give 28 a game. He basically changed position. Now he's a full-time shooting guard. Yeah, he's been a closer. I mean, I just love what Kyrie's been on this season, man. But yeah, those are my all NBA guards, fam.
Nadim, who you got? And then I'll go to you, innit?
Yeah, and I had Harden and Bill. I figured that I feel like I can't leave. Bradley Beal's had an amazing season. I can't leave him off the team. I just can't. And I wanted to include Kyrie there, but I just couldn't find a way to put him in over Bradley Beal.
No D-Book, no?
Yeah, that one hurt me too. Look, the guard spot in the NBA is so deep and it's so talented that you're gonna have guys who, in most seasons, are all NBA guys. They're gonna miss out. They might not even make a fourth team. That's how good the guard pool is in the NBA.
Considering the argument that we had about Chris Paul and D-Book, I'm surprised you guys don't have D-Book on any team.
Yeah, but we had that debate when it was choosing who the All-Star was at the time, and that was back in February. This is now we're talking about the end of the season where we've seen a lot more things play out, and All NBA is. I feel like All NBA and All Stars are different because
they are different. Because
All Stars, there's more spots. Like there's more to think about when you're talking about the All NBA. Do you know what I'm saying?
100.
That's why
it's glamour.
Literally,
trying to see a show.
Yeah,
you went with the same, Daniel.
Definitely, man. I think.
Wait, no, you said you didn't go with Bill, right?
No, I changed my mind and I deeped. Yeah, you just got to factor in that Steph's had like a great year in it, scoring wise, because Bill was leading the league in scoring for a long time, innit? But no, I think Harden was more my focus. Like I would have put Harden arguably in the second team, but obviously I'm not too fussed with him being in the third team. I think Harden's had a great year. Harden's consistently in the MVP running, and that speaks volumes in the fact that for the past 6-7 years, this guy has been in top 3, top 4 of the MVP running, and like he's showing himself out again today. And when we're talking about the impact on winning, we've seen that his impact on winning, especially on this great net side, the so-called great net side, still need Harden. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
we can't look past the antics in Houston, though. We can't look past the antics.
Look past it.
That doesn't affect.
What do you mean look past it? That was this season.
Yeah, but what does that do with the ball?
Bro, there's about a quarter of his season he wasn't even trying. You don't think that matters?
I don't think that affects his All NBA because
yes, he probably played about what 40 games.
Nah, he didn't play 40 games.
With the Rockets.
40 games.
How many games has Harden played?
He played about 50 something.
Yeah.
And how many of those were for the Rockets? Though? How many of those were for the Rockets?
Not many. I don't think that many. Like,
how many do you think? But still, a portion of his season was spent trying to get out of where he was, and that matters.
Let me check. I'm trying to quickly check how long. Fam, he only played 8 games for Houston,
and he said 50 games. You think he played? Probably around 50 games.
I can't find how many games he played for the Nets, but
that's
only
still
played
20%. That's still a lot.
I feel like
8 games. Darren, come on, man.
How many games he played?
If he's playing 50 games and 8 of those he was barely even trying, that matters, fam.
Yeah, but then if you use that for half the league, these guys are.
Bro, how many men have been load managing and we've still kept them in the teams?
Yeah, but there's a
If you can
difference
just say, you don't like the way he
between
forced-
not playing and not trying.
If you can say you forced your way out of Houston, then or you don't like the way he forced his way out of Houston, then fine. But I don't feel like that should impact his all NBA status.
Yeah, I don't think it does either. Like, imagine someone said, the league agree with widespread media that no one wants to play with LeBron, and that's the reason why Kyrie left. So that should really be a negative check marker against LeBron's all NBA.
I'm not talking about this. Has nothing to do with league agreeing. This is
but
the reality.
They're intangibles.
He was trying to look overweight because he wanted to leave Houston, fam. Like, I understand. Obviously, he deserves to be. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve to be third team, but I'm saying if I'm choosing between him and Kyrie, that's the reason why I'm rolling with Kyrie.
What about Kyrie? What was Kyrie doing all season?
Kyrie was out here meditating and shit. Yeah, Kyrie was
how good of
man
without Harden?
It's not as bad as
Even
Harden.
when he was there joking about trying to get out, he still was the best player, and he was still
exactly.
As when he wasn't there.
And on top of that, fam, you're picking between the drug dealer and the murderer, saying that Harden's one was worse when they were both as bad as each other.
So what are we gonna? But you're picking as well. You guys picked as well.
Yes, because we're picking between the two players. I'm not picking Harden because of what Kyrie did. I'm criticizing you for doing that.
Yeah, I'm not picking Kyrie because of what Harden did. I'm telling you,
you are picking Kyrie.
No, I'm not.
Who's had the better season,
bro? Kyrie's giving you 28 a game.
Who's the more impactful player on that team?
Yeah, Harden is playing point guard, but Kyrie's a viable player on that team as well.
Who's the more impactful player? It's a simple
but also, it's a matter of. I think Kyrie's been there more of the season as well. Kyrie's been there the whole season. He's obviously missed games as well, but that matters. Games played.
He's not been there the whole season.
Not that he played the whole season, but James Harden got traded there. Do you get what I'm saying?
And missed about how many games? Kyrie even missed a number of the early games as well, fam.
Okay, bro. I still think Kyrie has been phenomenal this season. Like, I don't know. You can't tell me that. Oh, it's conclusively James Harden over Kyrie. I don't think you can say that at all.
I think it is.
I don't think it is. I think it is.
I think it is. Yeah,
I don't think it is. We have to agree because when we get to the playoffs now and James Harden is missing his clanking his step back threes, where's the Wolves gonna go?
That may be the case. We're talking about the regular season. That may be the case, but we're talking about
but bro, Kyrie's been closing games all year.
But Harden's been the one dictating the play and allowing Kyrie.
Harden ain't closing games for you, man. Stop it.
What? Harden ain't closing games for you. What are you saying, Darren?
They've all been closing. I think they have.
Don't say that just for agenda, man. Just for
agenda. What do you mean agenda? Would you want to get to the playoffs?
So Harden can't close games.
You want to get to the playoff resume now?
Stop talking about playoffs. We're talking about all NBA. Harden closed games this season. No, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Harden not closing games in past or previous playoff appearances has no bearing on how many games he's closed this season in this regular season.
Okay, give me an example of games he's closed.
When we're discussing all NBA team against the Suns, yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
And another?
You need more than one.
Exactly.
I need more than one.
Why do you need more than one?
The Bucks at home. He did. He was part of that as well.
Did he close that game as well?
Anyway,
yes, the Bucks at home. Then what? What, you want one more as well?
No, bro. As I said, I'm not hating on the Harden choice. I'm just saying, don't tell me it's conclusively Harden over Kyrie.
I believe it's conclusively Harden. I don't think you can.
I don't think so.
And that's what I said. We can agree to disagree on that. But I don't think you can tell us that we can't conclusively say that it's Harden when I've shown you evidence that Harden is
evidence. It's subjective. It's about coming to conclusions based on what we're bringing to the table.
I've shown you evidence where Harden is the more impactful player.
Where?
The fact that when Harden wasn't there, that the Nets went on a losing streak that they've never had during the season, and KD and Kyrie were both playing during that losing streak.
Okay, yeah, that's fine, but I still think that doesn't take away from Kyrie.
I'm not saying it takes away. I'm just saying that that's evidence to show that he's the more impactful player. The evidence that you said I couldn't show, and I've shown you that.
I think he plays a more because obviously he facilitates in it, but I still take Kyrie this season.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. But based on our picks, and
Kyrie's more fun to watch.
All right then. What did you say to them? I didn't hear what you said.
I was going to say that Harden is going to be the type of player that only when he retires do we realize how good he was.
Yeah. Now let's finish off the team. So we've obviously got Bradley Beal and James Harden, based on me and Nadim's pick, as the 2 guards. And then, so who do we have as the forwards?
Zion.
Yeah, Zion's got to be 1. And Zion's been on a madness still. I think he's still shooting like, what, 60%?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Giving you like 28 a game, second season. Yeah, Zion's been balling. Sad that they couldn't get their record better. But
yeah,
and they've definitely fallen short of expectation. But yeah, he's been balling, man. He's got to be there. And you said Paul George. I got Jimmy Butler. I think Jimmy Butler's been amazing this season. Doing typical Jimmy, fam. He's giving you 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 elite playmaker. He does everything. He leads the league in steals. The Miami Heat are so much better when Jimmy plays. Do you know what I mean? Like when Jimmy don't play, they're below 500. It's like the Steph situation that you were talking about, Daniel. You go from being league average to being one of the worst in the league by a comfortable margin. That's the difference between having and not having Jimmy Butler. Yeah. I got Zion and Jimmy.
Who have you got, Nadim?
I had Paul George and Zion. I feel like this season, especially in it's been the regular season, but I feel like Tyler's put the ball in Paul George's hand more, and he's giving him opportunities in ways he likes. So I feel like I said this earlier in a few episodes ago. I felt like last season Paul George was being used like Ray Allen, like a 3-point shooter coming off screens, off ball screens, and all that stuff. I feel like this season we're seeing more of the Indiana Paul George than the OKC Paul George, the guy who has the ball in his hands more, the guy who's making plays. I feel like, I don't know what he's averaging, and maybe he's missed some games as well, but I feel like he's had a good enough season where I feel like he has to make an All-NBA team.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. For me, I'd say
Got to say Zion. Zion's a booking.
Yeah, no, Zion's a booking. I'm more thinking about who the second guy I'd have. Yeah, do you know what? I'll go with Zion. I'll go with Zion and it's tough, you know. But just for this, I'll just go with Zion and Jimmy in it. And it's not really, I don't necessarily believe Jimmy's had a better season than Paul George. I'll just say that in the case where I'm looking at how good the Heat are and how good the Clippers are, who elevates their team much more and who's much more valuable in terms of what they've added to their team and how big they are in terms of closing games and whatnot. And I think Jimmy is that big game factor in it. So yeah, man, I'll go with Zion and Jimmy. And then in the center position, we got
gotta go with Rudy Gobert.
I want Gobert.
I mean, yeah, everyone's gonna go with Gobert. I do want to shout out Bam Adebayo, who I think has had a great season.
Facts.
Yeah, I think Bam's had a great season. I think Cat's played well this year. I think Capella's also played well this year for the Hawks.
Another, just for the forward position as well, another guy to look at, Jason Tatum. Had a good year as well.
I was gonna say, yeah.
If not for injuries, KD would have probably been higher on the list as well. He's been out.
KD should have been in one of the teams. He would have been back if he wasn't in.
Jason Tatum is the one that hurts not to put him in though, because he has been on a tear. Like if not, that team is trash, but he has been balling. You know what I mean? 50-point games, stuff like that. He's been hooping still.
No, facts, man. Facts, 100%. Cool. That's where we'll leave it today. As on the Court, the award show, we've obviously gone through all our awards and gone through all our All-NBA teams. Had a couple off or sidetrack discussions as well. It wouldn't be an As on the Court episode without any of these debates. Make sure you follow us on all our platforms, of course, As on the Ball TV _ on Instagram, Twitter, and whatnot. asontheball.co.uk for any articles that you want to see from us on our blogs. But yeah, man, keep your eyes on the court. We out.
Deuces.